Stampers, welcome to Stamping All Night Long. This is Wanda Smith and I'm here to show you how to make a Shadowbox card. Yes, Shadowbox card. And what is a Shadowbox card? Let me show you. I have two different ones that I made for a class a few weeks ago. When you open it up, there's a shadow box inside. Basically, see, I'm gonna zoom in a little here. And if you notice, there you go. And it's a shadow box. Let me show you the next one. This is my other one. And let me zoom in here. And as you can see, shadow box. Notice that both of these have, each one has a different opening in the shadow box. So I'm just going to show you one of the openings, probably the oval one, and I'm not going to show you how to decorate this because decoration is up to you. I just want to show you the mechanics on how to get this shadow box done. I'm not going to show you how to decorate the front or even the inside. I'm just going to show you the mechanics on how to set this up so that you can make this and go crazy decorating it. So let me put this to the side. Actually, let me just lift here. Put the cards here. And we're going to do this starting, I'm going to have all the measurements later, but we're going to do this starting with an 8.5 by 11. So I'm going to get the stamping trimmer here. And the part you need to see is this one over here. Okay, so I'm starting with an 8.5 by 11, and you're going to put it in a portrait position and score it first. This is just so that we can avoid scoring it twice, you'll notice. So we're going to put it in a portrait position and we're going to score it at 4 1/4. Make sure you're using your scoring blade. And let me just get a good score there. There you go. Now we're going to take it and put it in the landscape position. And we're going to cut this at 5 1/2. So basically you're going to get 2 even parts from this 8.5 by 11 sheet. 2 exactly even parts. One of them is going to be the front of the shadow box. So you decide which one is going to be the front. It doesn't matter if you're using the same color. If you're using different colors, like in these two that I have here, then it does matter. The front is one color and the back is white because that's going to be your shadow box piece. See, black, and the back is shadow box. If you're using white for all of it, because then you're going to decorate the front, then that's perfect. You don't have to worry. Just take one piece. And the first thing you're going to need to do is cut off 1/2 inch. The stamping trimmer has measurements on the side up to 1 1/4 inches over here. So that's great because that way I don't have to put it over here at 1 and then get it sloppy. I have it nice and sturdy here and I've got it at 1/2 inch. Cut off 1/2 inch. You can discard or keep for scraps. So then you're going to have a piece that's 5 1/2 by 8, and you're going to have a shorter side. So let's put this to the side for now. Now we have to score the other piece that you have, and this is going to be the shadow box piece. So we're going to put it first to score at 1/2 inch. So put it at the 1/2 inch mark and score at 1/2 inch. Now you're going to move past, we already have the 4 1/4 inch. It's supposed to be scored at 4 1/4, but we did that when we had the whole piece. So that just avoids one scoring process. So go past the 4 1/4 and put it at 3 3/4. See, I'm over here, I'm at 3 3/4. And score there. So now you have a piece that looks like this. It's scored at 1/2 inch, 4 1/4, and I'm going from right to left. So it's 1/2 inch, 4 1/4, and then 3 3/4. I hope that makes sense to you. If you go from right to left, it's 1/2 inch, 4 1/4, which you already have because we got it in the beginning, and 3 3/4. So this is the Shadowbox piece. This is the piece, we don't need this anymore. This is the piece that you're going to cut an opening in. Like this. This is the piece that you're going to cut the opening, and that's going to be the inside part. See this part over here, the inside part, or the front part of your shadow box, but that's going to be on the inside. So let me move this and explain better. Okay, so this is a piece that you're going to cut the opening for the shadow box. And where are you going to, which side are you going to cut the opening? The side that's closest to the 1/2 inch mark. You have this piece over here which measures 3 3/4. They both measure 3 3/4, of course. But you have the middle piece here, and then you have the 1/2 inch piece. This is where you're going to cut the opening for the shadow box. So you take this piece and you take it to your big shot. You decide what kind of opening you want, whether you want an oval opening, a round opening, or a square opening. Decide what best fits your project. And I'm going to take this now to the big shot, and I'm going to use the oval piece again for this one. Okay, I'm back. I didn't want to bore you with having me run this through the big shot, because at this point you should have a big shot, and you should know how to run the dies through the big shot. I use the oval framelits, and I ran it through, and I got I cut this piece out. You can save this for another piece. Sorry about that. That's my dog Copperbell. We have cats that are neighborhood cats, and they come to the front door and they torture her. They just torture. So ignore Copperbell. Hopefully it won't get too bad. If it gets too bad, I'll pause and I'll calm her down. But anyway, now after we cut that, we have this piece here. Now it's time to add your sticky strip. And I'm going to have to calm her down. Okay, I'm back. Copperbell is calm, and hopefully I can continue without any further interruptions. So now you have your two pieces like this. And you know what? I'm going to switch to another color just so that you can tell the difference on which is which. So this is this piece here. See, it's exactly the same. I'm just going to switch it out for a black piece. Like I said, you can do this all in one color and it looks beautiful. I just decided for my class I wanted to use two different colors, but you can do it in one color. But for the video's sake, I'm going to change it to a black piece of cardstock so that you can see the difference. Okay, so we have this. Like I said, put that to the side. Now we cut our oval opening for the shadow box part. Now you see where hopefully it will show. You have, when you score, you have valleys and mountains. This is a side with the valleys. Valleys are the ones that are indented, that they're indented. It looks like a valley, it's indented. And the mountain part is the one that's lifted up. It's a little tiny mountain. So on the valley side, that's where we're going to start putting our score tape. So you're going to take your score tape and you're going to put it at the edge of the at the edge of the 1/2 inch piece. That's scored at the 1/2 inch piece. So I'm just going to put it right here at the edge. And the best thing about using score tape is that you can just tear it off. Okay, so that's our first piece of score tape. Now you're going to flip it over, and when you flip it over, you're going to put score tape on the opposite side. See, we did this, flip it over, turn it, and on the side where there's no indent, there's no hole here or opening for your shadow box, that's where you're going to put more score tape. So you're going to put that at the edge over here. And I hope I have enough score tape to finish this video. Looks like I'm running low. And whoa. Okay, let's ignore that. If that happens to you, just cut it. Don't try to lift it up like I did. The score tape is very, very, very strong, as you can see. Now the other piece of score tape, we're going to put it, there's a scored part here where you have a half an inch scored area there. Well, on the outside part, not inside the half inch part, but right on the edge, right before it. Oh my goodness, I'm getting the score tape all over everything. There we go. And tear. Okay, so we're done with score tape. So basically you're going to have score tape on the half-inch piece where the opening is, and on the other side, the opposite side, this is a 3 3/4 inch piece, you're going to have it on each edge of the 3 3/4 inch piece. We have to score this so that everything falls into place. So I'm going to take this and score it. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in the other piece that we have where we cut off the half inch, remember, because this was 8.5 by 11, and we went over and it's scored at 4 1/4, and we went over and we cut just half an inch off on one side. So now you're going to put the piece, the smaller piece, you're going to put it down here, and you're going to take the piece with the opening and the score tape. You're going to take the score tape off. You're going to line them up. See how it's lined up? Make sure that you line it up on the edges. They're both 5.5 inches wide. So line it up and take that piece, the adhesive side of it, the sticky side is right here at the edge. Make sure you get it all the way to the edge. What I do is this, because it moves a lot, what I do is this, I just take it, put it to the end, and make sure it's lined up and close it. That's how I make sure that it goes all the way to the end, because usually I just move things around and it doesn't work. So when you go like this, you can already see the shadow box part, you see? Now you have this piece that we just put in there, remember? We put it in straight. Now flip it over, remove the score tape on this side. Both pieces of score tape, remove the strip so that you have the sticky part. And all we're going to do is close it shut. And this is a 5.5 by 4 1/4 piece. This is the front. Open it up, and here you go. You have the shadow box. I'm going to do it one more time so that you can get it, because it's a little confusing You just have to, you know, rewind and watch the video. I had to do that a couple of times until I got it. But this is your shadow box right here. So I'm going to do it one more time. And again, I'm going to use a different color front so that you can tell the difference. So we already put the score tape on the 1/2-inch piece where you have the opening. You flipped it, turned it around, and on this piece here where you don't have the opening, here's where you're going to put the other 2 pieces of sticky strip. Now you're going to take the smaller piece that's going to be down, remove the sticky strip on the 1/2-inch piece, line it up with the crease of the card and close. Flip it over, remove the adhesive on these pieces here of sticky strip. Now, let me just get this out of the way. Keeps moving, and we're not stamping, so I don't need that to protect my area. Sometimes it helps, there you go, to use a piercing tool and just get that out. Okay, and then all you're going to do is just close it. Bring it over, press firmly. This is the back side, this is the front. Open up, and it's a little stiff because I did not score these. I did not, I didn't reinforce the score pieces with my bone folder. But that's not the end of the world because all you have to do is just bring the piece over. Remember I told you earlier it was very important to use the bone folder, and I do it on both sides just so that I get a nice even opening. And I have to do it on this side also. So don't forget that, very important. Reinforce your score lines. And here we go. See, but even when I didn't do that, look, done. Okay, so one more tip for this. Then you can decorate it like you want. Now, there are lots of people, and there are other videos in there where before they put the pieces together, they decorate the outside part or the inside here. I don't like to do that just because I'm not a person to be lining things up. So this is what I do. If you want a background piece like this, if you notice, I have this colored here. It's stamped and it's sponged. I have like a scenery in the background. You have a piece of cardstock, and this one measures 5.5 by 4.25. Okay, it measures the same size as this piece right over here. So what you're going to do, this is what I did. I decorated this. If you want a scenery here, if you want something stamped on here, you do that. And then all I did was put adhesive on one side, slip it in there, and then pressed. And that's how I got that. Now, if I wanted anything coming out from inside here, what you're going to do is, this is just for demonstrations. What you're going to do is you take your piece, you take the piece that you want sticking out, you put adhesive here on this side, and you just hold it from here. Does that make sense? I hope it does. It's pretty simple, and you just keep adding pieces. Let's say you want pieces hanging from the top, clouds or something. You go and you put them here, or you put it here, and it's easy. It's fairly easy to get them in there. And then, like I said, you just get another piece of cardstock at 4.5. I would cut it just a sliver smaller than 4.5. I'm sorry, than 4.25 by 5.5, so that you can easily slip it in there and glue it down so that it won't stick out, and you can decorate that. I did in this one, let me see, in this one I put an extra piece of white cardstock here because this is all white and you can't really write over here on this side, and I just stamped a greeting and you can write something there. On this one, I did not put a piece here just because I guess it had enough room here. Now, here's another thing. I put this, instead of having to make a scenery or stamp something here in the background, I use a piece of Designer Series paper. And because Designer Series paper is expensive, you don't want to use the whole 4.25 by 5.5. So I cut a piece bigger than the opening that I have, and I just adhered that to the back here. You can't tell, but it's it is 4.25 inches wide, and it comes down to about here. And that way I just save on my Designer Series paper. So hopefully this helps you how to put together a Shadowbox card. Please leave your comments below if you like this or anything else. Give this video a thumbs up, give it a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you'll keep getting updates when I post new videos. And that's it for now. So I hope you like this. And this is Wanda Smith from Stamping All Night Long saying goodbye for now, and go make those Shadowbox cards, and let me take a look at them.